So in this video, I wanted to take a quick look at a mechanical pencil from Pilot called the Pilot G-2 mechanical pencil. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you probably know that the Pilot G-2 is one of the most popular and most famous gel pens of all time. In fact, many of the people watching this channel, I'm sure, are here because they use a Pilot G-2 or something like it. And they thought, hey, this is definitely different than my typical pen. Maybe I'll learn a little bit more about these. You might not know, though, that Pilot G2 is also sold in a mechanical pencil. Seems obvious, but you know, for every like 1,000 of these pens, I don't think I've even seen one mechanical pencil. I'm not saying they're particularly rare. They just haven't crossed my radar. So I picked some up recently, and I wanted to do a quick video about them. So like I said, it's the Pilot G2 in mechanical pencil form. It's a 0.5 millimeter. And it looks just like the Pilot G2. We see the same grip with the sort of the curve, outward curve here, and a smaller waist here. Very similar plastic front cone piece. In this case, it does come off, where it doesn't come off with the standard one. Metal pipe that can hide inside the body when it's not in use. Let's see if I could focus there. So when you press a button, the pipe slides out and stays out. And when you're not using it, you push it back, which is a nice feature. Plastic barrel, just like standard. Same exact Pilot G2 clip, kind of the raised clip, plastic, rounded edges, works quite well. The button is a little bit wider now, because it has to accommodate the eraser, and it is clear. The Pilot G2 was never sold with a clear button. The button always matched the body of the, not of the pen, but of the this cap piece, or this like top clip piece. You can pull this off. It's a little bit hard to pull off, but it doesn't come off. It does come off. You have to give it a bit of grip, and then sometimes this comes where the whole piece comes. When you pull that out, you can see that's how you refill it in that little plastic housing right there. Let's push it back and give that another try. And see there, if you give it a little squeeze, like an inward squeeze while you're pulling, you have a better chance of getting the eraser out. And there's eraser. It's not extendable or anything like that. You could also refill it just by going in there now. You don't have to remove the whole thing. So, I mean, these little caps are nice. It's a nice feature, and it makes the pencil look better. But honestly, it's like the first thing that gets lost. You know, you take it out, which you don't need it. It doesn't serve any function. You put it aside, and you lose it the first time you use the pencil. But I'll keep this on here for now. It is basically an all plastic pencil, so it has a like that sort of very plasticky feel to it, and a plasticky click. You listen to it now. So it's a light duty plasticky click. This piece does open up. You can see there is, you know, plastic housing here, plastic collet there, with a little brass ring around it. It's pretty standard low-end design. And if you do take this apart, then you can take the whole thing apart quite easily, which is nice in case you needed to, you know, I don't know if you'd work on it or whatever, but I guess theoretically you could. You know, fix it up or clear out a jam. I haven't had any jams in this. I don't think it's particularly a problem, and I don't think you want to do a very deep or exhaustive work on a $2 mechanical pencil, but you know, if you see a problem, you can fix it, which is nice. There's that pipe. So you can get that to zoom, to focus rather. And here it is. It's nice blunt end. So it's very pocketable. And there it is as you write with it. You can kind of see what's going on the inside, which is quite nice. I think that's pretty cool. It looks, even though the parts inside are pretty cheap and just it's like an affordable pencil, it's nice that you could see what's going on in there. I think it's cool to have that sort of demonstrator design. Here's the box right here. Mechanical pencil, Pilot G2. Number 2 HB lead, so very standard there. Comfort grip, just like you would expect. and there's nothing special about it. You know, it's just a companion to the Pilot G2 gel pen. That's it. It's refillable. You can buy new erasers, all that. I guess Good Housekeeping likes it, which is, of all the pencils from the pick, it's interesting they went with this one, but that's pretty cool. The size-wise and build quality-wise, it's the same as G2, which is to say that it's a very standard size pen or pencil. Here's some other ones that are kind of like a Pilot Friction, Tombow Graph. It's right in that standard size range that you'd expect, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches. So it's basically exactly the same size as the G2 gel pen. I don't really have any one. I don't know where mine are. Don't have any with me right now, but you could see very standard size pen and pencil. In this case, the pencil. It has that nice grip, which I think everyone really likes. At least I do. It's kind of a rubbery grip. Doesn't really have any give. It's a hard rubber grip. And I've used these pens and pencils in this case, but now the pen I've used for so many hours, it's just become like a part of my writing. I've used G2s for just vast amounts of time. So I do find it to be a very comfortable and comforting grip. It is on the light side, especially if you go to something like just a little bit nicer, like a Pilot Friction, has just a little bit more weight to it, which is nice. Even this Tombow, which is getting into like maybe the $7 or $8 price range, it moves to a metal, a knurled grip, and metal hardware down below, down like towards the front, which gives it just a little bit of weight to it, where the G2 is just really, really light. And I kind of wish it just has a little bit more weight to it. That's why I like something, when I do more pencil work, I tend to use something with a metal bottom half. Even if the top isn't all metal, it's nice to have the extra weight down here. Like something like a Rotring 500 with a metal below, metal lower, and a plastic upper is completely fine. This one is really light, and it feels a little bit, maybe a little bit flimsy for doing very exacting work. So this is the Pilot G2 0.5 millimeter mechanical pencil. Use that Pilot lead. I have no problem with it, but it's just a standard number 2 HB lead, something you take a test with. Works quite well. This has no anti-brake mechanisms, so there's no spring-loaded action in here, no auto feeding, no Zebra Delgard spring-loaded technology, nothing that twists or turns the lead. It's a standard everyday mechanical pencil that sells for about $1.75 or $2. I think I bought this 2-pack for like $3.95 or something like that on Amazon. And then you have your standard HB lead. Works well, no problems, but definitely nothing fancy. If you like the Pilot G2, you'll like this. Generally speaking, though, I find it's worth, going from that $2 price range up into like the $5 or $6 price range to get something much better. But completely understand if you don't want to double or triple what you're spending on a mechanical pencil. Anyway, that's the Pilot G2 mechanical pencil. Thanks for watching.